Hi, Mark. I'm going to read some news. The first news title is Former Miss Venezuela and British film partner killed in robbery. Caracas. A gunman killed a former Miss Venezuela and her British film partner in front of their young daughter in an attack that shocked the crime-plagued nation, authorities said. Monica Spear, a 29-year-old soap opera star, and Thomas Henry Barry, 39, were killed in what appears to have been a botched robbery after their car broke down a highway in northwestern Venezuela late Monday, police and prosecutors said. Their daughter, 5 years 5-year-old Maya Barry Spear, was wounded in the right leg but was stable after receiving medical treatment after a crime that pushed a harsh spotlight on Venezuela's soaring homicide rate. 5 people have been detained and were interrogated in connection with the killing. Interior Minister Miguel Rodriguez said after a televised meeting with President Nicolas Maduro, who vowed to use an iron hand to crack down on crime. His family was driving on a highway when their car hit a blunt object that had been placed on the road, forcing them to pull over, said Forensic Police Director Jose Gregorio Cerralta. There are suggestions that the object was deliberately placed there as part of a planned armed robbery. Spear waved down a tow truck, which stopped to help on the road between Puerto Cabello and Valencia in the state of Carabobo. Cerralta said that as the two truck workers operated the crime, 5 armed men emerged on the road. The truck's operators fled to a police station about 1.5 kilometers away while the mother, father, and child locked themselves in their car in a desperate attempt to shield themselves from the killers. But the criminals fired multiple shots at the vehicle before fleeing without stealing anything, Cerralta said. Spear, who was a quarter-finalist in the 2005 Miss Universe contest, appeared in the Miami-based Telemundo series Passion Prohibida, Forbidden Passion, and Flor Salvaya, Savage Flower. The dark-haired actress, who lived in Miami, was on holiday in her native Venezuela. She had posted videos of the countryside and herself horse riding on Instagram in the last couple of days. Her husband was born in Britain but has Venezuelan citizenship. There is a massacre, said Maduro, who vowed to curb the country's runaway violence during his presidential campaign that year. This violence is a sickness that we have. He started from the Miraflores presidential palace. Maduro called some 100 mayors and governors to an urgent meeting on Wednesday to coordinate action against crime. Venezuelans who work in movies, theater, and TV held a rally for Wednesday in Caracas to denounce the oil-rich country's epidemic of street violence. Venezuela has one of the world's highest murder rates, with 79 homicides per 100,000 inhabitants in 2015, according to the non-profit Venezuelan Observatory of Violence. The Interior Ministry, however, gave a lower murder rate of 39 homicides per 100,000. Opposition leader Henrique Capriles said, who refused to concede defeat to Maduro in presidential elections last year, reacted to the killings by calling on his rival to put aside deep differences and unite against the lack of security. As one wrote, the beauty queen's killing shocked fellow artists in Venezuela, the country which is passionate about soap operas and the Miss Universe contenders it regularly produces. Actress Gabby Espino, who lives in Miami, said he would never return to her home country. This is a day-to-day life in our country. We have all left Venezuela, fleeing in fear, terrified because this is the reality of our country, and today it happened to Monica, Espino told the Telemundo network. I love my country, but I won't set another foot in Venezuela, she said. Venezuelan telenovela director Leonardo Paron said he was absolutely saddened, horrified, speechless over the murder of my dear Monica Spear. My God. Telemundo, a lead Spanish language network in the United States, said in a statement that it was deeply shocked and saddened by the horrible crime that hit our dear actress Monica Spear and her family. Giancarlo Canella, Spears' American co-star and love interest in Passion Prohibida, expressed grief on Twitter, writing, I am speechless. I will miss you, my friend. Monica Spear. Addressing Spears' daughter, he added, my pretty, beautiful Maya, I love you. You are not alone. Next news I'm going to read is, at first, challenges remain for brand that team. San Francisco. Family of a 13-year-old California girl who was declared brain dead after suffering complications from sleep apnea surgery has achieved its goal of moving the girl to a new facility for long-term care. The medical experts said that the ventilator she was on will not work indefinitely. Joe McMahon's uncle said Monday that she is now being cared for at a facility that shares their belief that she still is alive. How the move ends what has been a very public and tense fight with the hospital. It also brings new challenges. Caring for a patient whom three doctors have said is legally dead because, unlike someone in coma, there is no blood flow or electrical activity in either her cerebrum or the brain stem that controls breathing. The bodies of brain-dead patients kept on ventilators gradually deteriorate, eventually causing blood pressure to plummet and the heart to stop, said Dr. Paul Basta, director of neurocritical care at the University of California, Los Angeles, who has no role in McMahon's care. The process usually takes only days but can sometimes continue for months, medical experts said. The bodies are really in an artificial state. It requires a great deal of manipulation in order to keep the circulation going. Vespa said, brain-dead people may look like they're sleeping, he added, but it's an illusion based on advanced medical techniques. The family and their lawyers will not disclose where the eighth grader was taken on Sunday night after a week-long battle to prevent Children's Hospital Oakland from removing her from the breathing machine that has kept her heart beating for 28 days. The uncle, Omari Sealy, told reporters Monday that Joe traveled by ground and that there were no complications in the transfer, suggesting she may still be in California. Nurses and doctors are working to stabilize her with intravenous antibiotics, minerals, and supplements while she remains on the ventilator. But her condition is too precarious for additional measures, lawyer Christopher Dolan said. The new facility has been very welcoming with open arms. They have lives just like ours, Billy said. They believe, as we do, it's a place where she is going to get the treatment she deserves. The nearly $50,000 in private donation the family has raised since, since taking the cat's public helped cover the Catholic choreographed handout to the critical care team and transportation to a new location, Lilly said. The facility, where Joe is expected to remain for some time, is run by a charitable organization that so far hasn't sought payment, Dolan said. Both men refused to name the facility or reveal where it was located, saying they wanted to prevent staff members and the families of other patients from being harassed. Joe underwent surgery at Children's Hospital on December 9 to treat severe sleep apnea, a condition where the subject breathing stops or becomes labored while sleeping. Surgeons removed her tonsils and other parts of her nose and throat to widen their air passage. While recovering in the intensive care unit, she bled heavily from her mouth and nose and eventually went into cardiac arrest. Doctors at the hospital declared her brain dead 3 days later and moved December 20th to remove her from the ventilator. Her mother, Nella Wingfield, refusing to believe her daughter was dead as long as her heart was beating, went to court to stop the machine from being disconnected and tried for injunctions prohibiting the hospital from acting. On Friday, the two sides reached an agreement allowing Joe to be transferred if Wingfield assumed responsibility for further complications. And Major Superior Court judge who had granted the injunctions refused, however, to force Children's Hospital to feed Joe with the breathing and feeding. Tips that Dolan said unnecessary to get her placed in a long-term care facility. Under the judge's order, the hospital released Joe directly to the coroner, who then released her into the custody of Wingfield. A federal judge concealed a hearing on the case scheduled for January 7th, after the family and the hospital reached an agreement to transfer Joe, saying the request for the hearing was now moot. Sylvie, the girl's uncle, said Monday that his sister is relieved her persistent payoff in St. Xavier. He criticized Children's Hospital for repeatedly telling Wingfield they did not need her permission to remove Joe from the ventilator because the girl was dead. If her heart stopped beating while she's on a respirator, we can accept that because it means she's done fighting. He said he couldn't accept them pulling the plug on her early. Dolan, the family's lawyer, said Joe's condition suffered because the hospital refused to feed her once she was declared brain dead. The family plans to pursue a federal court lawsuit alleging that Children's Hospital violated their religious and privacy rights. Wingfield has described herself as a devout Christian. A hearing in the case is scheduled for Tuesday, although the hospital has moved to have it cancelled on the grounds that it has become moot with the move. She is in very bad shape, he said. You would be too if you hadn't had nutrition in 26 days and were a sick little girl to begin with. Thank you.